Facebook can work for business.
Thank you, Ian. Good afternoon, everyone. There's a few faces that people that I know and recognise, a few that I don't. If you don't know about me, I have a company called Sales Remedy, and we're all about business development. And what we're here to do is help business, just like yours, get more business. And the ways that we do it is through building websites, creating strategies, plans that are really built around what you can do online. And as Ian says today, we're going to talk about Facebook because I think quite a few people are starting to get involved in Facebook, but probably really don't know where it sits within the business of what you're doing and what your strategy is around it, etc. I mean, just out of curiosity, who's actually got a business page at the moment? And who would say that's actually working for them? So we've got around about 3 people. So what I really want to do today as well, because I'm not a great one for PowerPoint presentations, I think it should be fun, it should be interactive, and we all get involved. So the people that put their hands down, why do you think it's not working?
Not enough people are visiting it.
Right, okay.
I don't quite know how to be liked as a business. I know as a friend, but I don't know as a business, and I know that I need to communicate through Facebook, but I don't quite know how I go out there to get people to come and like me.
Right, okay, well we can look at that. Anyone else who's got the page and it's not really working for them? Tina?
Yes, well, I've got a business page and my own page. They work the same way, and I don't know how to turn it into a proper business page.
They don't work the same way.
No.
So that's the big thing, straight away. They're very, very different because
them.
otherwise there'd be no reason for having them. And the process behind the two is very different. And we go through it. I mean, the big thing here straight away is to start at the end. You know, what's the outcome, what's the objective of why you're doing it, and where does it fit in the plan overall of what the business is trying to do online. You have a website, you may have a blog, you may be doing your Twitter, your LinkedIn, but where do they all sit? Where are you leading the traffic to? And what are you actually really trying to do? Are you trying to get calls? Are you trying to sell products? Are you trying to create awareness, give information? So you've really got to look at what you're trying to get out there. And one of the first things that most of the business pages I see get wrong is actually how to present themselves. And we're going to look at, say, the extreme end and a totally different area because we are looking at business to consumers here. And it does work in both areas. It does work for business to consumers and business to business. But you've got to know how you're structuring your page and what you're trying to do. So if we look at Skittles, quite scary really, that there's, and we'll see it down the bottom here, there's over 19 million fans of that page that are into Skittles. What Skittles does straight away for anyone visiting the page is it creates this image. So we relate to the product that we see on the shelves, we see it now online, and we now become part of a community. We're branded very strong down this side. This element here is crucial to what you're doing. That's a call to action area that people don't utilise and deliver well on. They don't need a telephone number on there, they're just purely reaffirming the product, the brand image, and what they're actually trying to connect with the audience coming straight to the page. As a business, you should have a call to action. Don't always play on your logo and your brand, because with all due respect, you're not Coca-Cola. People actually like a picture of you and a telephone number and perhaps a little bit of a strap line. What do you do? What are you offering? That way, very quickly, we can understand is the page of interest. Once we've gone from the profile section here, which is reaffirming their brand, we actually start to come into what the page is about. Now this page will be very interactive and we'll take it to different sections, and you can create these pages exactly the same way. Too many people put just perhaps a picture in here and some text. It goes deeper than that. It needs to lead people to other journeys. This is going to show you ads that are in the market. They play on this friend the rainbow and find the rainbow because there's so many colours within the Skittle pack. So it's part of what they're doing. So once we've actually become a fan of the page or liked it, because the whole process changed from being a fan of a page to pages becoming likeable, that now disappears. So we're now in the game. We're part of the community. And we start to look through and they start to pump out certain areas. They've got here a product with Skittles on it looking like, well, they are headphones with actually Skittles stuck to them. And I did see quite a strange comment earlier on today, and it's moved on since even I last looked at it. If we look here, we've got something going on, Skittles covered headphones. Okay, Kimberly Cole playing everything in rainbow sound. 940 people are now involved in that conversation. The earlier one today was why the flamingos stand on one leg. There was 700 people involved in that conversation. So, and there's negative and positive comments within that frame of what's going on within this particular comment section. And I'm trying to track down where we are on the old flamingos.
No, it's up the top, Terry, actually.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Give me a shout when you see it.
Keep going, keep going. Keep going. There you go.
Right. So we've got 561 people within this thread of conversation. And there's positive and there's negative comments within that. What does this have to do with Skittles? Quite true. But the person still got involved. Why? Because he likes the page and he's getting involved and he's talking to the other people that are in there. But there's other people saying, this is really funny. Great, you know, they're liking it. So it's really just starting to play and talk to the fans of the page. The reason they're doing this is because there's a thing called edge ranking within Facebook, which is an algorithm, very much like you have with Google. And the way Facebook plays it is that the more comments you get, the more interaction with what you're putting on your page, the higher you go into the news feeds within the fans' pages. So the individuals start to see your information at the top rather than the bottom. So one of the big things you're always trying to do with your page is create conversation. Keep people engaged, move it on and make sure that things are happening with this page. What other people really start to lose their way on is what they're going to offer the fans within the page. It's great having these conversations, but quite often someone like Skittles will give away thousands of packs of Skittles to fans that he wants to choose. It might have a fan of the month. That person will get a prize. You have to give something back to keep these people engaged. Otherwise it will not move forward. You will not get what you want from it. So this is a very different type of page because it's very much a community page. It's very trendy in what it's doing. Its audience is probably very young. So this is one particular way of working, and with this one it's food and beverages. So straight away it's a different area and probably very different to the areas that you're in. So I'm just going to put in another page and we go to a business page. This company create a paint that you can put onto the wall and it becomes a whiteboard. So you can paint your wall white and then you can work as it, just as I am now, as an interactive whiteboard. They've actually changed their plan a little bit on what they're doing, and you can see straight away here the emphasis of what they're getting across is very different. They have got a logo that people recognise. This is quite a fast moving product now within the States especially, and it's coming into the UK. They changed the gameplay a little bit, is that originally they had a section underneath here which if you clicked took you to all their other social media areas, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, YouTube, whatever was going on with them, and you had to hunt down a voucher to get a discount. But first you had to log in to all the different networks. So not only did they get you to like this page, they then got you to like all the other social media areas that they were in. So it was a very effective way of building up a community very quickly. They also integrate their blog into this one. So their blog feed is very quick to be found on their Facebook page, and you can take yourself straight back out to the blog and read more in-depth articles about the product, the results and what they're actually doing. So this is business to business. It's a certain type of business without a shadow of doubt. It's a product service. It's after a certain type of market. I might be interested in it. I don't know if everywhere I go I can paint people's walls, so I think this is slightly easier, but there's people out there that are going to want it, you know, for their meeting rooms. Typical showing you what you can do here where they've painted on the background. So you get some good interaction. They're actually very strong on YouTube as well. They put a lot of effort into what they're doing from a video perspective. We just hope it comes up because it's slow. We've had some fun today because there's no Wi-Fi here. We're actually running on a router that Alex had, which is a little T-Mobile device, and it's fantastic, but a little bit slower.
So the irony, by the way, of offering them a slot to do Facebook in a building that didn't have any Wi-Fi.
Talk of challenges, online activity with no Wi-Fi. What we've actually got here, and they've changed again, they had a lot more information going on about how the product works, and this probably will be about how the product works. We're going to run very slow with the router that we're using, so it's probably best not to go into it. What they've also done is put a consistent feed in now, where you can constantly get involved in the conversations, and it's actually within the thread, so you don't have to go back out to the wall. So if I'm interested in what this guy's talking about and what's going on here, I can come straight in and put my comments, which are going to appear back on the wall, but I can do it here too. So that's really important. What I'm going to do now is take you to some of the pages that we work with. because I want to show you how they work when you do promotions, incentives, and work with the audience that you've got. What we've got here is the Animal Country Club at Ongar in Essex. Been a client for around 3 months, but we've only been doing Facebook since early June. They've now got 1,194 fans. That was achieved mainly in a 6-week promotion, 90% of that fan coverage. The first actual promotion that we run was the Cutest Pooch. This was offline and online. This went into veterinary surgeries with cards as well that were left so people could pick up, with the terms and conditions of the competition and how to join the page. The promotion competition was all about uploading a picture of your dog, and the dog that received the most likes won the prize, a £250 dog hamper. It was phenomenal. We had over 68 dogs enter the competition. The winner actually had 268 likes. Virally, it's phenomenal what it does for the page, because everyone gets their friends to come and like the pictures. They spread the page for us, they do the work for us. It's very good. And what you will actually see here, when you're an actual admin of a page, these are very much like the back end areas of what some website people would do, and knowing the analytics and how to promote it, how to work with it differently. Probably most of you have ignored view the insights.